with any pet, it's your responsibility to provide it with everything it needs to be happy and healthy and a member of the family.
That's
right?
why they're called pets.
Right. Mark, tell us the kinds of things a bunny requires.
Well, Duncan here went from a Dunkin' Donuts box to the ultimate East Side accommodations here.
Oh, wow. Look
now,
at
not
this.
everyone can keep the rabbit loose in the house like Daphne can, because rabbits do like to chew things. They chew electrical wires, they chew computer wires, they chew moldings. So you're better off having the rabbit enclosed in a pen like this when you're not looking at it. When you're with the rabbit, you can be with it to monitor its behavior. They shouldn't be kept in the small little cages that are sold in pet stores. Rabbits need to stretch
stand
out.
Up, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, you see the rabbits are all stretched out. They need to stretch out and stand up. So these puppy playpens work really, really well. And this one is by Marshall Farms, and it fits right inside this plastic mat.
So you can just wipe that out.
Just wipe it out. But you don't really have to worry about the mess, because rabbits are very well easily house trained to a litter box like this.
Right.
And this litter box is really, really nice because it can actually mount to the side of the...
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
Yep.
You can actually mount this to the side of the pen.
That's good.
And it's not going to move anywhere.
Now, the rabbit cannot jump out of this enclosure.
No, rabbits do their jumping when they're running away from something. They're not going to go straight up like that. They're two-dimensional animals. It's this way and that way.
Okay.
Now, you notice the litter I have in here is very, very heavy. The dusty cat litters really aren't good for bunnies. This is a paper-based litter.
That looks good.
And you notice that the front of it is low, so the bunny can get inside of it. They're not going to climb right in like a cat. Now, even though we have that mat on the bottom, these grass mats that we put in here, which you can get in any pet shop, are a very, very comfortable place for the bunny to rest. Bunnies don't like to build like nests like that. They will be rather...
Duncan, you don't want to be on that cold plastic.
Maybe Duncan's thirsty.
Maybe.
Now the mat, of course, should be something made out of grass so the bunny can chew on it without, having any problems. Now, water bottles like this work well, and we can hook this right to the outside of the cage. And, of course...
But you have to show Duncan the bottle.
No, Duncan will know the bottle.
He will?
Smell it right out.
Oh.
Food. Right? Yes. What do rabbits eat in your backyard? They eat grass.
A little hay rick. Yes, look at this.
So we need a hay rack. This is like used for your chinchillas.
Yeah.
With a grass-type hay. This is a meadow mix hay. And we don't want the hay all over the floor because the rabbit's going to scatter it outside the pen. So we can put it in a hay rick like this and hook it right to the outside of the cage. Oh, that's a bunny toy. Bunnies actually do play.
Oh.
And the playing involves...
Should there be two bunnies?
Well, it depends on the bunny. And actually, if you have two bunnies, they have to be spayed or neutered. You can't have two bunnies together. You're going to have lots of bunnies. These bunny toys are great, and bunnies like...
Oh, look.
Look at this bunny toy.
Yeah. Oh, they like that.
Bunnies like these little cat rattle toys because they can put their teeth in the little holes and then toss them about.
Duncan seems rather
Now, you gave Duncan a tray of...
mild manners.
He's just enjoying his security here.
Yes.
Now, you gave him a plate of chopped up fresh leafy greens, and that's a fine treat for a bunny, but it shouldn't be their main diet. The main diet would be hay and these rabbit pellets. And you notice
alfalfa?
Yeah, that's an alfalfa-based pellet, and you notice it's plain. A lot of rabbit pellets sold in pet stores have these little crunchies and sweets in it.
Forget it.
And that's not good for bunnies because they get too fat on it.
Right.
It's not natural for them to be eating sugar. And bunnies have a sense of humor. They like to knock their food dish over. So be sure it's a heavy crockery dish like that.
Fantastic. Duncan, here's a little buffet. There.
I can assure you, Martha, there's not an animal in my facility that ever feels a hunger pang. So don't take it personally that Duncan's not eating.
So how are bunnies with cats, for example, and dogs?
Well, the bunny doesn't have much of a choice in the matter.
Right.
Bunnies are prey animals. Everything eats bunnies.
Oh, I see.
But dogs and cats have been kept with bunnies and chickens and geese and other prey animals on farms since the beginning of time.
I don't know about Francesca with bunnies.
Francesca's a little odd. Remember when I brought that hawk to your house and she almost killed it that time? Yeah, she's a little...
she's a little problem.
But I mean, it's your responsibility as the pet keeper to be sure that your bunny is not associating with a dog or a cat or some other kind of predatory
Francesca
animal.
gets along all right with the cats. What about cats with bunnies?
Cats and bunnies are pretty good.
They are.
It's big dogs that you have a problem with, or small terrier-type dogs that really have...
Stand up.
Small terrier-type...
You can stand up.
I'm playing with Duncan. Small terrier-type dogs that have a very, very strong prey drive. It all depends on the animal. I mean, in my house, everybody gets along, but that's not always the case in all our viewers' houses.
Well, now, your favorite book is about bunnies. What's that book?
It's Watership Down by Richard Adams.
Of course.
That's my favorite. If I was on a desert island, that would be one of the 3 books I would take with me.
What are the other 2?
The Yearling and The Godfather.
Oh.
So those 3 books would be with me the whole time. And the nice thing about Watership Down, the rabbits do talk, but it's not like a Disney movie where they're talking about people things. They talk about rabbit situations.
Right. Oh, it's a beautiful book.
You like that book?
Oh, I do. And so now, what is a good source to learn about rabbits?
Well, there's a wonderful website out there run by a bunch of people who love bunnies. It's called the House Rabbit Society, and anybody that goes to rabbit.org can access that. They can also learn about shelters that have bunnies for adoption there.
Oh, good. So there must be hundreds of bunnies for adoption.
Bazillions and bazillions, like Carl Sagan used to say. Millions and millions.
So I expect that no one watching will just put a bunny a live bunny in an Easter basket this Easter.
They're wonderful pets for people who want a bunny.
No, without really thinking about it, without preparing the house for the arrival and everything else.
It's
right?
a lot more than people think, and they have to be prepared to take care of it for 10 years and not leave it on my doorstep.
Right. And those little rabbit hutches that you leave outside all winter long.
That's horrible. A, rabbits don't like the heat. B, at night, the raccoons are like, knock, knock, knock. Are you still alive? Because you won't be soon.
Right.
And so the raccoons are terrorizing the bunnies all night long. No, it's not a good situation.
There's a lot to learn about maintaining and keeping very cute bunnies. And we have bunnies for everyone in the audience.
You said no bunnies.
No, not the pet kind. We have the edible kind. Hand-poured gourmet chocolate, no nuts, no dairy, from our friends at Divvy's. A great surprise for kids with food allergies or anyone who loves chocolate. Happy Easter, everybody. We'll be right back. And thank you, Martha.